Hello friends, hope you all are doing well and staying safe. Welcome back to yet another video of the Football Mania to bring you all the latest news and insights from the world of football. Well, I was really excited and looking forward to two Indian teams, two reserve teams of ISL clubs, Kerala Blasters and Bengaluru FC compete in the Premier League Next Generation Cup. Yes, my friends, this was a very good exposure opportunity for these young players who have been plying their trade in the reserve team of the ISL clubs. And it has to be said that they got a chance at the right time. This is the time where Indian football is facing a transition, and for them to get such a competitive exposure is a very encouraging sign for better things to come in the future. And as far as Kerala Blasters and Bengaluru FC is concerned, both have done a lot in terms of youth development. They are creating a culture wherein football becomes a very popular sport. We all know that Kerala is one of the hubs of Indian football, but to see Bengaluru FC creating that culture that it becomes like a footballing factory, and they are producing players through the reserve teams. And in this first opening round of fixtures in the Premier League NextGen Cup, Kerala Blasters took on Tottenham Hotspur. Even in a million years, I was never expected this to ever happen, but because of the Premier League's strategic partnership with the ISL, this was made possible, and I was not surprised. It was a rollicking, a hammering, and a complete demolition of Kerala Blasters. It was a 7-0 scoreline, which actually could have been even worse. But let's look at the positives. This was an opportunity where these players get to know what is the kind of intensity which is played in European football. Tottenham Hotspur being a club which is having a very good backbone of developing young players was in its prime, and you could see that by the kind of performances which they put in. In the first half, it was I think 4-0, and it became even worse. Well, I think there was not even one standout player from Kerala Blasters, but if you'll have to just look at what Kerala Blasters can learn from this defeat, it says a lot about the kind of intensity. And obviously when you come up at a higher intensity, the decision making becomes much more quick. You have to be very very proactive and alert to different situations, and these young players will slowly get used to it once they face more tougher oppositions. No disrespect to Tottenham, they were clinical and brilliant on the day, but as far as Kerala goes, they will be facing such oppositions if this next gen cup becomes a regular feature in the season. And in the other match, it was a very competitive one. I was expecting Bengaluru FC to compete against Leicester City. Well, in the first half, they were absolutely blown away by 4 goals, and soon after that, it became 6-0. It could have been worse, but Deepesh Chauhan kept Bengaluru FC in the game, and I was really impressed by two standout players on the pitch. It was Kamlesh Palanasamy and Shivasaktina Narayanan. These two prodigies from Tamil Nadu. I think they are from the Raman Vijayan soccer schools. Shout out to them because they are just doing wonderful things for the future of Tamil Nadu football, and we are seeing that you are reaping the rewards of such hard work and dedication behind developing young players. Shiva Shakti was just brilliant because we saw him, he had a few appearances as a substitute for Bengaluru FC last season, and this time around in the Next Gen Cup, he scored their opening goal. It was a well taken finish from an acute angle. Even after going 6-0 down, Bengaluru FC kept fighting. They were having good chances, and I could observe that they have a pattern of play. They like to keep the ball, they're very patient in their build up, and whenever they get an opportunity, they go on a quick transition. That can happen either from the left or from the right. They play the ball across the wing, and that is something which is quite brave in my opinion, because a side like Leicester City FC, they also had a very good lineup. Their academy players were just brilliant, and I could see that they were causing a lot of problems to Leicester City, and that was true. Even after going 6-0 down, it became 6-1 and 6-2. Within 2 minutes, they scored two goals, and soon after that, there was a kind of panic stations at the back for Leicester. However, Bengaluru FC kept fighting and got that third goal thanks to Shiva Shakti's brace, and it could have been even a very 6-5 or a 7-6 finish. However, these Premier League clubs like to, make a thrilling contest out of it, and Leicester City was no exception. They kept fighting, they kept chipping away with minutes, they kept killing the game with their possession, and finally it was a 6-3 score line. I would not say that it was a very, very disappointing or shambolic defeat. I was proud of the way these young boys performed for Bengaluru FC. At least they put on a fight. You could see that there was a desire, there was a kind of commitment towards the game, and you could see all these young players really fighting for the badge. That is what you want when you go on these exposure trips and play against better oppositions. You don't want to see young players simply surrendering and dropping their shoulders even after the game is 7-0. You might think that, well, it is over, but it is not over until the final whistle. And if you have that kind of attitude as a young player, be rest assured that you will find success. And this was a clear example because it could have been even 6-4 or 6-5 towards the end, and who knows if Leicester City were so very panicky at the back, it could have been a very big upset in the tournament. However, they did not let it slip away, and I have to give credit to Bengaluru FC as well. They were really outstanding, led by Naushad Musa, their head coach, who has been quite incredible and working very hard behind the scenes in developing these young players. So all in all, I was quite satisfied with the way Bengaluru FC performed, but to see the way Kerala Blasters just surrendered and were having dropped shoulders, it was very, very disappointing. So guys, please let me know what are your thoughts about these two teams going into the Premier League NextGen Cup. Who do you think was the standout player for Bengaluru FC in a scoreline of 6-3 against Leicester City? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. And if you like this video, please do not forget to hit the like button. And if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, you know what to do. Please hit the subscribe button. It will be a very good support for me. So until next time, stay safe and take care.